Hey there, we're back with a Blu-ray review. Today we're going to be talking about a new release from Cohen Film Collection from one of my all-time favorite directors, the great Jean-Pierre Melville, who was a big influence on the French New Wave, and he was a big fan of American film. And this is one of his only two films set in America, Two Men in Manhattan. It's a nice little film noir, and it was shot... the exteriors were all shot in Manhattan, and the interiors were shot in France, and they used a lot of expat American people from France who weren't necessarily actors, which does show up sometime. This one's from 1959, shot in black and white, and it's before a lot of his more popular crime films. It's a little bit more rough around the edges, but it is a really fabulous film. I actually blind bought this because it was unavailable to me to view for many years and wanted to see it, and one of the few films from him that I hadn't seen, but it's really, really good, much better than I was expecting. It doesn't have as strong a reputation as some of his other films. I'll just read you the description off the back to give you an idea of what the film is about. A French UN delegate has disappeared into thin air, sending reporter Moreau, which is played by Jean-Pierre Melville himself, and a hard-drinking photographer, Dalmas, played by Pierre Grasset, on an assignment to find him. So they're the two men in Manhattan. Their only lead is pictures of three women who have been seen with the French delegate, and so they go out on a searching for him. Set against a smoky jazz score and featuring stunning black and white cinematography that beautifully captures the gritty streets at night, this is director Melville's love letter to New York City and an homage to American film noir. The quality of the transfer is really good. It's a really clean transfer. Some scenes, I'm not sure if they were that dark originally, but some scenes are very, very dark. You don't see any noise in the darkness, which is great, but sometimes it's hard to see what's going on because they're so dark. I don't know if that's the original intention or not. It's the only time I've seen this film. But I thought it looked really, really fabulous. It's in the original aspect ratio, full frame aspect ratio, 2.0 sound. Now the Blu-ray features it has is a conversation between critics Jonathan Rosenbaum and another younger critic, which I actually can't pronounce his name, but he's got a very foreign-sounding name, but he's an American accent. Something like Ignatie Vishnevsky. Anyway, they talk at length about Jean-Pierre Melville and this film in particular, but it's quite an interesting feature. It goes for a reasonable amount of time, and there's the trailers and a new essay by Melville scholar Jeanette Vichendeau. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it's quite a nice little booklet with photos and text. Skipping over a few pages there. There we go. So it's always nice to see. I think they're Cohen are trying to be classy like the Criterions. Nice clear case there, which I like. There's the back, the spine. The film is in French with English subtitles, as it says on the back, but also a lot of the film is spoken in English, so quite different for a film from Melville, but highly recommended. So it is quite expensive. I managed to find it really cheap and got a further discount through deepdiscount.com it was, but I'm sure it will come down in price. If you don't think you can afford it for a blind buy, just keep an eye on it, put it in your watch list. It's definitely one worth picking up.